Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of GMS that rule of well, that we learn from. Salutation, peace, blessings to the Akim, the Akwaf, and the Israelites, foreigners that are scattered. Now, I'm going to get Isaiah 34 about the witchcraft and sorcery of Esau. What the fuck, man? So like I'm tripping. Hold on. That's not it. Bear with me one moment. Salaki. Isaiah 47. Alright. So I'm gonna let this video play. It's gonna talk about the sorcery, the witchcraft that's in this music industry, which we've been telling for years, starting from the elders on down, through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shah, to breed and bring forth a lot of dysfunction through the kids, the media, the television, keeping everybody confused. Babylon meaning, confusion. That's why everybody doesn't really know what true money is, what money's come from, what the worth of it. That's why people are, so driven. We have that concupiscence, desires. They're fleshly driven, are inspired to do the deeds and the wickedness of this flesh and this lust. Because they broadcast it in front of you day to day, day by day, through the radio, through television, everywhere. The majority of people you talk to, you come across, they've been corrupted, misled, pretty much has that poison of Babylon, had drunk the wine of this philosophy. That's why it says, it tells our people to come out of, Babylon, partake not of her, conform not to this world. But I'm going to let this video play, Salaki.
We have all heard the term industry plants, and most people have somewhat of an understanding of what an industry plant is. The thing that people don't know is that more artists are actually industry plants than you realize. I would actually debate that there's more industry plants in the music industry than artists that exploded without record labels out. There's a sinister reason behind why the industry operates this way. They need to be able to control every aspect of what they present to the public. Join me in this episode as we uncover the dark truth about it.
And this is all lies, man, because in all reality, nobody's fucking living like this, man. The elites don't move like this. And your average American is not balling out like this. It's all a facade to keep you thinking you can become rich. You can become this idol, this celebrity. And this is why your kids, they're fucking dysfunctional. They're lost. They're pretty much that, since and due to the, there's no respect of the parents. So again, you have a father, you have a mother, but your father figure is Drake, or your father figure is Trippie Redd, or NBA young boy, but you actually have a father. Or your mother, you'll look at your mother, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, etc. So, if your parents try to tell you something, whatever, you don't listen to them. It goes in one ear and out the other, blase, blase, whatever dad, whatever mom, you're broke, you ain't got nothing. You're not balling out. You know what I mean? It's just lies and deceit, witchcraft and sorcery, which Esau, puts in front of us.
Industry plants. An industry plant, for those who don't know, is an artist that is discovered by a record label before that artist has really anything going for them. The artist doesn't really have much of a fan base or an image, but is either talented or very well connected in the music industry. After signing the unknown artist, the record label would dedicate the time into perfectly molding the artist before presenting them to the world. They will create an image for the artist, then hire big time producers and engineers to work on their music. They even coach the artists on how to talk and carry themselves in public, crafting the perfect background story, giving the artist their own agenda. After they completed preparing the artist and they feel ready to present the artist to the world, they then start to pay media outlets to promote the artist's music, having the artist be presented everywhere, even paying big money to big playlisters to get artists placed in upcoming music playlists. The record label does all this in secrecy, working carefully behind the scenes, making calculated moves in order to show no association with the artist. The artist is now being seen by the audience as a rising independent artist. As the artist gains the support of the fans and starts to blow up, they then sign the artist publicly. There's two main reasons why a record label create industry plans. One, to limit the possibility of signing an unprofitable artist that would essentially cost the record label millions. And two, to assure that they can get the artist to sign a bad deal and have complete control of the artist. Artists that are industry plants didn't have anything going for them before they were signed. They might have had talent, but still had little to no fans, and most likely nothing really professionally recorded. They were either found on Instagram or YouTube, or they're connected to someone that is already working in the industry, either a family member or friend. The record label takes full advantage of this, knowing that a young, hungry artist is willing to take anything as long as they can become a star. So the record label will sign the artist most likely to a huge studio with a terrible royalty split, like I explained in my video, The Truth About Record Labels. If the artist happens to blow up, the record label makes millions while paying the overworked artist crumbs. The record labels rake in money from streams and touring, all while the artists believe they're making themselves a fortune. The artist doesn't really know what's going on until they realize they didn't really make that much money. That's when we tend to see artists go online, lash out on their labels because they made millions, but didn't get paid what they expected. The record label have done these practices since the beginning of the music industry. Many big name artists are industry plants. Artists that aren't really even thought as being industry plants are industry plants, especially artists that blew up before the internet became what it is today. When social media took over, artists were now able to connect directly to people who they can turn into fans. So if an artist was truly talented and had an entertaining image, they were now able to promote themselves on Instagram in hopes of building a fan base and eventually being discovered. Before the internet, this was impossible. Without a record label, an artist would not go viral and not be able to go mainstream. Most independent artists back then couldn't even get into a studio to record music. This would lead these artists to join talent shows and perform at local open mics in hopes of being discovered by an A&R or a talent scout. The artist will have no idea how the music industry works and is just interested in making it in the music business at any cost. This meant that artists had to practice endlessly so they could perfect their craft, and then had to pray that they would end up in the right place at the right time and the right person would be in attendance. The artists would have to perform the best performance of their lives in hopes of impressing that A&R. This made the odds of actually making it in the music industry very low, and also put a lot of power in the hands of the record labels. When the internet first
And that's true, man. There's these Edomites that shaped the industry, the what is it, the movie acting world, and it's crazy because you still got this notion that you can be. Jake still got this notion that they can be the next rapper, the next entertainer, the next NBA player, etc. But it's all connected, it's all juiced in, it's all tied in. You don't go there. You're chosen. Or you got to go through the doors, you got to go through the rooms. You got to be courted. It's not something about talent. You always got to ask yourself. So, you know, Michael, how did Michael Jordan or how did such and such, um, you know, get a deal? But then you may know somebody that was way better than them, or you may know somebody with their skills. Cause me personally, I came across living amongst a lot of Jakes. One thing what made me, one thing one thing I can say, I knew it was something great about us, and as a nation, so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. Just being around us, I knew there was something great about us. Our style, just how we can just pretty much make nothing out of something, something out of nothing. Our talent, our ambition, our drive. Us having a sort. But the thing about it, I've known people personally that were, lyrics, like finger snap or a clap, and here it is, words, raps, etc. Dances, moves, break dance, and I'm like, yo, damn, how doesn't, how's this person right here not on TV? But then you understand why they're not, because it's a certain way that Esau has programmed this society to having complete control over you and making and extorting Jake. A good movie to watch is Cheetah Girls. So this is Isaiah 47. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna lay it down. So it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, or daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." America's being destroyed for the whore that it really is. The mother of harlots. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. And see, they promote and broadcast these fucking degenerates all across the four corners. And this is why people, stumble across, want to come to America. You'll have women of other countries come over here. Now, see, they'll take porn stars and, they'll put them all on the limelight. They put these little rap bitches, they put these little comedian bitches all on TV. But then you'll have women from all across other countries want to come over and think they can be just like them. Little single, independent, so-called Barbie dolls, but no, in all actuality, you're just a whore. You're Edom's whore. You're jumping all up and down in your stuff, all on drugs, burnt out, and then they toss you on the wayside. And it's crazy because out of all the exposure that's been given, especially lately, that's been coming out on the industry, Jake and other people still want to partake in it. So it says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yet thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." And all the harlot and wizardry and witchcraft and sorcery at this place, conjures up and put the spell that they put the cats on the people. And when Yahweh Shah comes back, it's going to be a sci-fi angelic type force. As for our Redeemer, it's going back into the source of ancient Egypt in the time of Moses and Pharaoh. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent, get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Yeah, all Esau did was throw dollar signs with our people, slavery. You know, um, it's crazy because as I said in my lessons prior to this one, Damon Dash, he was like, the lawmakers who made laws had slaves. and they pretty much thought of ways how to keep producing slaves. And then they put and brought forth social constructs and strategic plans to keep you Negroes in a low vibration, low state, and to monetize off of you, and pretty much give you a platform, black, Latina, Hispanic, and then kill it, destroy it, and bring everybody else into it. Thus, your so-called white people that look like Edomites. I mean, Slocky. Your so-called white rappers. You know, that some of could be actually that are actually Edomites, and then you have some that could be, Israelites that look like Edomites. But my point is, they pretty much drown, the whole concept of rap and pretty much make it. They just market it, and destroy it. And now everybody just look at, the culture of so-called culture of rap and so-called black is just a druggy thing. My point exactly is, damn, I can't think of a rapper, etc. Could you have certain Edomites that'll come in and just speak pretty much just speak about drugs. But my point is, they use these jakes and extort them and to push forth this witchcraft and the sorcery. And also you have your Edomites, your Britney Spears, you have the Backstreet Boys, the pop, the Beatles, etc. Your rock and roll, your Kid Rocks. You had those rock and roll bands, pop. And again, this is all the sorcery to the pushing the narrative that America is golden, the land of gold. But it says, and thou saidest I shall be a lady forever. So like thou didst show them no mercy, and the ancient has thou verily heavenly laid thy yoke, and thou said I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Let me see. Therefore hear now this thou that art given to pleasures. And again, when you look at these videos, it's just indulging in pleasure. Women, they show women women half naked, and they show them as if they're just living life. They're free, independent, no cares in the world. And then you got these dudes, the dudes that you see on TV. They'll run a bunch of women. They broadcast as just those are their women, their actual wives. They got them driving all these old fancy cars. Living carelessly. This got this. They talking to their money. Then they got this old stout look as if they not worried about money, as if they got it all. They're just a party, drugs and smoking, etc. Man. And this is the they're just eating. You had this nigga Trippy Red. If I'm not, I think whatever the light skinned Jake, and then I think her name is I can't remember. It's a skinny chick. She comes off as a dyke, but she basically they try to make her a cutie, a cute girl, and then at the same time a dyke. They're sitting there eating fucking McDonald's, man. They're sitting at a round table, just indulging in a whole feast of McDonald's, man. So it says, it's just the notion of America is dwelling, just careless. Walk down the street entitled, thinking that you think you're, again, that's why here in America, social media, everybody's a fucking celebrity. Now everybody's fucking the man. Every girl is the baddest. She's a baddie. It's just carelessness. He says, that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And that's the mindset of all these people here. There's no humility. There's no repercussion. There's no what is it? I forgot the word. Basically, acknowledging your faults or acknowledge your wrongdoings. So I said, but these two things shall come in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, for thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom, thy knowledge, it have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt know not from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be it thou shalt be able to profit, and so that thou mayst be prevail. Rome, in ancient Rome, it was heavy idolatry, and knowing that America, Babylon is an extension of Rome, it's completely seduced in witchcraft and sorcery. But that's pretty much it, man. You know, this guy's channel, The Truth Is, he makes some good, decent videos exposing the industry. Yeah, man. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and watch. I didn't know they uploaded this. Damn. Yeah, Doja Cat. Yeah, she yeah, bug out. But that's pretty much it. With that, Shalom.